Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to my channel. In today's exciting video, we're going to carefully and thoroughly look at two important points. First, let's discuss why you absolutely shouldn't leave your key in the lock, on the table, in the car, or really anywhere that an intruder could easily access it, even for just a brief 5 to 10 seconds. So, first let's take a closer look at what we are discussing today. We're focusing on pin tumbler locks, a common type of lock used in many security systems. At this moment we have a specific example in front of us, which is a keyhole lock. This particular lock is known for its reliability and is widely used in various applications. The set comes with 5 keys. The lock is new. We'll go over everything I just mentioned on it. The first topic we will discuss is key duplication, which involves making an exact copy of an existing key. This process requires precision and the right tools to ensure the duplicate functions as intended. The second topic is lockpicking, a technique used to open a lock without the original key. This often requires skill and practice. The lock itself closes securely with 4 half turns, ensuring it is tightly shut. Now, in this demonstration, we will observe the process of how a lock can be swiftly and easily opened, especially if you have made the unfortunate mistake of carelessly leaving the keys inside it. So you got home, locked the lock with 4 half turns and went to sleep. An intruder comes in with, for example, a simple yet effective tool such as a regular screwdriver and a common household tool, a small hook crafted from a piece of wire. You can use, let's say, a letter G shape, or for example, the same screwdriver just bent here. You can use a manipulator such as a hook, for example, in order to effectively and successfully pick pin tumbler locks. Right now I have a simple lock pick on hand, and I think it will be more than enough. Let's see how long it takes to make a full 4 turns approximately in total to complete a full cycle of rotations. So you came in, put the key in, and we locked it with 4 half turns. We have successfully completed the first half of the turn. Now we are moving on to the second half of the turn. Finally, we will proceed to the third and final part of the turn. So basically, we managed to open it with just 1 hook. We didn't even need the second screwdriver, so to speak. We managed to unlock the mechanism using just a single tool, which was quite impressive. To achieve this, we carefully executed 4 precise half turns. This method was efficient and effective, allowing us to open the lock smoothly. Here is how we did it. Now let's take a moment to carefully and thoroughly consider a particular situation. You have keys hanging behind you. It's pretty noisy at night, and naturally, you might think that you'll be able to hear it and react to the intruder's actions. But what can an intruder do if you perhaps left the key so as not to potentially, so to speak, wake you up? So let's consider another nuance, or rather additional nuances. There are security locks and mechanisms that have advanced protection features against picking, meaning you won't be able to successfully insert or maneuver a lockpick or any foreign object into the keyhole opening like we just did with this hook, because after the first half turn, the curtains will drop, so you won't be able to effectively manipulate or bypass it. The only place that will be free is this little tip of the key. So what can a potential intruder or unauthorized person do when you come home and lock it with 4 half turns? Quite naturally and predictably, the curtains in the lock will drop again, and any access or entry to the keyhole will be available. The intruder won't be able to successfully open or breach your lock in this case if you have that kind of security protection mechanism. But what can he do? Let's see what an intruder can do now. For this, we take a special probe or tool. So someone might use a simple ruler or similar device, a flexible metal measuring tape we take. So for this, we take a measuring probe, meaning someone might use, for example, a ruler or even a metal measuring tape. We take beautiful and intricately crafted decorative clay I want to emphasize that we are indeed revealing the very important essence of the topic: to warn and not to teach. So, as you can see, we've carefully and meticulously applied the clay to the surface. In my particular case, it is used for decorative purposes, adding an aesthetic touch to the project, but you can certainly use it for other applications as well. It doesn't really matter what kind of clay you choose to test this technique on, whether it's air dry clay, polymer clay, or any other type. So, we'll gently press down a little to create a smooth and even flat surface, ensuring that it is ready for the next steps in our creative process. Here, as you can clearly see, we have carefully applied a very thin layer of clay. Even an even thinner layer will indeed be enough for us to accurately measure the height of the pins in the secret, hidden part of the key. Here it is. So what does the attacker do? He approaches, sees your key, is located, or rather, there is a key in your lock. That is, it lifts one side. Let us close it. A closed lock. That is, we take one side and lift it. Or rather, not we, but the intruder. We are indeed good. Attackers are bad. So, we insert, let's say, our ruler or probe and lift the side. When we lift this side, we just need to create a little tension with the key so we can press down on the clay. After we've made the impression, the attacker presses on the back of the key, lifts it, and as we can see, we already have the impression of one side of the key. The height of the secret part of the key is fully imprinted. And from this secret part, understanding that there's tension here, and 4 pins on the right, 4 on the left, we already know we can create a key. So right now, we've copied one side. After that, the attacker takes a second probe, makes an impression on the second part of the key, and of course with some simple manipulations copies the second part of the key. That is, now we have copied one side. After that, the attacker, who is usually very skilled and experienced in such tasks, takes a second probe, makes a careful and precise impression on the second part of the key, and of course, with some simple yet effective manipulations, copies the second part of the key with great accuracy and attention to detail. So he carefully lifts it, gently inserts it into the designated slot, and then releases it with precision. Afterward, using a specially designed hook, he skillfully lifts this particular part of the key upwards, applies a calculated amount of pressure, and subsequently, after ensuring everything is in place, he lifts the key back up once more, allowing us to smoothly and effortlessly pull it out without any issues. Here we have a probe from the lock hole, and again we can see the full height of the pins. At this moment, if we gather these pins, we can see our key completely from this impression. By understanding the height of the pins, we can create a key, and it doesn't matter if there's a curtain here or not. A criminal can come and unlock your lock. So, if you come home, don't leave your key in the lock. If you leave a key in the lock, And after you take out this key, you will see, for example, some peculiar plasticine or something similar on your key. Your key is no longer just yours, so you need to change the lock, or at least change the secret part of the lock, and make a new key for that secret part. For instance, you might want to consider ensuring that you do this promptly. Also, you shouldn't leave keys on the table or anywhere else where they can be accessed, even for just a few seconds, especially in public places. A criminal can quickly come up, make an impression of your key, and then put it back where you left it. After that, creating a key from that impression is no problem at all. It will take literally 5 to 10 minutes. If they have a key blank, it will take even less time. By measuring the height of the pins, they can easily replicate your key. Additionally, you should be aware that this process is quite efficient, so that unauthorized access can occur swiftly. As a result, you should always be vigilant. It's important to note that, especially when it comes to security, you should never underestimate the risk. In the event that they have a key blank available at their disposal, it will definitely take even less time than you might expect. By measuring the height of the levers, of course, you can create a key blank and open any lock with that key blank. So that's where we wrap up our video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, leave comments, and let me know what interests you and what videos you'd like to see on my channel. All the best.